Hello everybody, and it's time again for your favorite East Central Indiana real estate video. It may be the only one, so I'll take it as your favorite. So first up is the market report. We've seen a little bit of movement in both Delaware and Randolph counties. Nothing drastic, but Delaware County saw an uptick in some listings, so there are 70 active listings with 114 pending. And then Randolph County, the actives went down, so we're dipping down back into the 20s, so we're at 28 active listings, and then pendings went up, and so there are 27 pending listings. So I expect some of those numbers to increase here in the next couple weeks as the weather gets a little bit nicer and people get out and either want to move up or move out or basically do something different. So hopefully those numbers will all go up here very soon. On to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a lot of good things this past week. I have 2 new listings coming out today. They're being inputted right now. And one is in Parker City, nice little affordable home on Pennsylvania, and that's a 3-bed, 1-bath, and listed at, I believe, $84,900. Pretty nice little place. And then I'm actually going, after this, going into Muncie and doing a couple appointments, but one of those is to shoot a 360 video of a new listing off of Timber Lane, and Timber Lane is really not that much of a street, and you may pass it all the time and not realize it's there, but it's over kind of where Bethel, as you're going to like Lowe's or what else is over there, Walmart, things like that. There's Timber Lane right there where Bethel meets almost McGalliard, if you will. There's a little bit of street there, I don't even know what it's called, but at the end of Timber Lane there is a very nice home, and I'll have another post out and with that video as well to go over all of that. And again, very, very nice place, and so excited about that. Get that one going. And then if you follow the Facebook page at all, another good thing was podcast came out. So I listen to a ton of podcasts. I drive a lot, and so usually instead of the radio, I'm listening to different podcasts, and there's a bunch of different types that I listen to, but was able to actually participate in one with Laura Mickler with Ruoff Home Mortgage, and that was fun, and that came out just a couple days ago, and that was going over kind of some of the challenges now, I guess, with buying a home and just making that like the best offer you can, and how to be prepared for that process and kind of the ins and outs, and some random stuff as well. So that was posted on the Facebook page. If you have a few minutes to take a listen, that would be awesome. And then kind of backing up, on Monday saw a ton of rentals. So we had one guy kind of going a different direction with his rental portfolio. So he's getting rid of some to then upgrade to a different, get different style, different area, whatever. So we saw 4 of his rentals for another investor to take a look at, and then I think like 2 others as well from a different scenario. So a lot of kind of investment activity is going on. And we were finally able to close the property on Godman, and that was a situation I have never run into before, where and I mentioned this probably in a prior video, but I really didn't get into it. But basically there was a situation where it wasn't accurately described or disclosed of a prior EPA violation on the site, and it wasn't like a commercial property. It was a residential property, but they had mercury in the home, and that was taken care of back in 2003. But there were some issues with the report that we weren't comfortable with, and so it just took some extra time. And John stuck it out, and it did take a while, but we finally closed it. And he's happy with everything, and I expect good things from that property for him. So that's exciting to get that one wrapped up. And then on a personal note, so I mentioned last week as well, was going to go to a comedy show up in Red Key, and that was super fun. And that was at the Key Palace, I think it's called, Key Palace Theater. Anyway, small little place, and just overall very good time. Saw some friends there as well, and very funny, and that was with some of the people from the Bob and Tom show, so that was pretty fun. And then one other personal note, and I think all the ones that I know of, I think all the ice cream places are open now. So Dairy Dream in Albany opened a couple weeks ago. Iceberg, which is also in Albany, that's been basically open the entire time throughout the winter. It is an inside spot, so they can do that. And then Jerry's opened yesterday in Parker, and then Bogey's opened, I think, last week or the week before in Winchester. So yay for ice cream. All those are open. On to the bad. So still kind of challenging for buyers these days, and saw a house yesterday. Very nice house, kind of on your way to Muncie in the Selma area. And I think it was on the market for 24 hours, and we saw 3 people while we were there looking at the home, so I kind of expected that, but there are already 5 offers and a slew of showings coming up today. So yeah, still challenging. There are strategies to get your offer kind of stand out above the rest, and I talked about that with those clients, and they just decided that that particular home wasn't for them, which obviously happens. But yeah, so it's an interesting time for buyers. And then the ugly. So last week's ugly, I mentioned a bad review from somebody else's client, so that was great. But that is getting resolved this week, and they are resolved to the fact that they will probably need to, no, not probably, we've already decided, they're going to be held to the contract and the purchase agreement that they wrote us. So, I mean, that's what it is, and I'm glad to get that one wrapped up, finally. So, coming up, I mentioned the 2 listings today, but then I have a listing coming up in Winchester. Super nice place. Just got the pictures back yesterday. That will be going active next week, and that'll be a fun one. And so kind of pay attention to the Facebook page, and you'll see what I'm talking about, the pictures and everything. So it's pretty cool. And on a couple personal notes, so this weekend we got some more theater type stuff going on. There's a concert in Portland. I think it's some kind of string quartet, maybe, I can't really remember. And then the Winchester musical of the Newsies. There's a showing on Friday, I think. Friday, today, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, but we're going on Sunday, so that's what I remember. We're going on Sunday, and Rachel does the marquees for that, and she finished that up this week, and blows my mind every time she does something like that, because I don't understand. I see it up here, but it never transfers to here to actually do some of that stuff. So so yeah, I'll throw up a picture. That's pretty cool stuff. And then over dinner last night, I was again talking to Rachel, but this season feels very familiar, where the beginning of the week it's like, oh, it's kind of slow, and then the onslaught came where a ton of appointments. I mentioned some of them, and so that you know, I'm ready for that. We had a couple weeks of just kind of nice, what I would consider a little bit of downtime, where we could take care of some planning for the rest of the year. But yeah, I see this being a very busy, very competitive spring, and so we'll see what all that future holds, and I'll tell you all about that, you know, in the weeks to come on this week in real estate. So I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, all my videos, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below, and I'll be sure to address those. And so until next time, I'll see you.